MoShiach era Gog from Magog Prophecy 5783 by Carl Yehuda Ben-Yedda. Are we living in these days? Only time can tell, but conflict and war is dangerously close. Factoring the extraordinary heavy rainfall combined with increased attacks inside and outside of Israel, and the surrounding Middle Eastern countries unifying with Iran, plus the risks of Iran close to having and using a working nuclear bomb, is a clear signal of the MoShiach's imminent arrival, to the dread of all power-crazy world leaders. Zechariah's recorded prophecies speak of the armies of Magog, led by their king Gog, will bring much destruction and brutality to Jerusalem and its Jewish inhabitants. But on that fateful designated day, God will intervene on behalf of his people, just as he did so many years before in Egypt. The enemy will initially converge on Jerusalem and take half of its inhabitants captive. To save them, God will cause the Mount of Olives, which stands outside the city, to split apart, allowing the captive Jews to escape. In this time of the future, a day will come when confusion will reign. It will not be day nor night. The Jews will not know whether the dramatic events of that time herald their salvation or signal looming destruction. But clarity will finally prevail, and the light of redemption will emerge. The area around Jerusalem, currently mountainous, will be flattened, so that Jerusalem can be seen from afar in all its beauty and splendor. A spring of water will emanate from the Temple Mount area, its ever-flowing waters reaching the Dead Sea in one direction, and the Mediterranean Sea in the other. On this day the nations of the world will finally and completely recognize the one true God. Jewish suffering and exile will come to a complete end, and Jerusalem will dwell in security forever. God will punish those nations who attack the Jews with a terrible plague. Even their animals will be stricken with illness. Confusion and craze will grip them, and they will destroy each other on their own. The Jews in the city will strike down the remaining troops, and collect huge amounts of spoils. The plague and the final downfall of the enemy will take place on the Sukkot holiday. In commemoration of this, the nations of the world who repented from their ways will come to Jerusalem each year on Sukkot to worship God and to celebrate. Any family or nation that does so will be blessed with life-giving rain for their crops, while those who fail to come will be denied it. In a sign of honor and thanksgiving to God, the pilgrims to the temple will consecrate the golden ornaments on their horses. As a result of the many gifts, even the pots used for cooking in the temple will be made of gold. Life in Jerusalem and Judea will revolve entirely around the temple service. The multitude of pilgrims will bring such an influx of sacrifices that all the pots used for cooking in the entire area will be kept in the halachic status of Kodesh, designated for holy sacrificial use. In days bygone, the jobs of chopping wood and drawing water for the temple were carried out by the Gibeonites, a non-Jewish tribe that had a low social status in ancient Israel. In this future era, however, the temple service will be invested with such sanctity and awe that the greatest of aristocrats will happily volunteer to assist in whichever task they can in the house of God.
Saddle, he wore a shining star. His job to offer battle to bad men near and far. He conquered fear and he conquered hate. He turned dark night into day. He made his blazing saddle a torch to light the way. Outlaws rule the West, and fear filled the land. A cry went up for a man with guts to take the West in hand. They needed a man who was brave and true, with justice for all as his aim. Then out of the sun rode a man with a gun, and Bart was his name. Yes, Bart was his name. He rode a blazing saddle, he wore a shining star. His job to offer battle to bad men near and far. He conquered fear and he conquered hate. He turned dark night into day. He made his blazing saddle a torch to